Combat sports have undoubtedly provided some of the most bizarre moments ever witnessed, and MMA has left fans with iconic memories. Join us as we unveil the 1% moments in MMA. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. The low head kick, AJ Matthews. The soccer kick to the dome has been the staple blow to the history of Pride, which now extends into the One Championship.
Is this the moment where Ando steals the fight? The ground kick.
Big right hand.
But it was at Bellator 70 in 2012 where the MMA star AJ Matthews connected with a completely legal soccer-like kick to the head of Charlie Rader. Only a fighter as lucky and as skilled as Matthews could have pulled off such a rare feat. The clean-shaved Californian rushed his opponent with a combo so vicious, so fast, it left many wondering whether Charlie would make it to his loved ones that night. With a hook thrown, Matthews would trip himself up by slipping the blow, causing him to fall. And seconds before Charlie could be declared a legally downed opponent, AJ landed a savage low head kick that forced his opponent to test the impact resistance of the canvas. But if you thought this was a rare moment in a cage fight, you wouldn't believe what this next fighter pulled off. The flying tomahawk elbow, Mark Abelardo. Elbows are known to initiate perhaps the most bloodshed in MMA, but it's nearly impossible that we witness flying tomahawk elbows. I mean, honestly, it's shit you would expect in a blockbuster OG fight film. But the unbelievable fight scenes in movies came alive during the Three Fist of Fury events organized by One Championship, when Mark Abelardo used an outworldly tomahawk elbow to confuse his opponent Emilio Rutia. It all went down midway through the second round, as Rutia hoped to land a left hook, but just as he launched the shot, Abelardo had planted his feet and hurled a diving elbow at his opponent.
Oh, there you go!
As soon as the tip of Abelardo's joint touched Rutia's forehead, the American crumpled instantly and laid unconscious by a Hollywood-like combat technique. The tornado punch, Raymond Daniels. Throughout the first round, Wilker Barros did his best to stay out of range of Daniels' kicks. But then in the final minute, Daniels landed a spinning back kick that forced Barros to kiss the canvas.
Here right now, fighting on the biggest stage probably of his life and career. Nice.
Daniels then gave Barros a false sense of security, allowing him to gain his bearings up near the cage. He followed up with an incredible attack that still left me wondering if we are indeed in the Matrix. Daniels took flight spinning 2 times before delivering a right imprint on his adversary's face, leaving him lifeless. The physics behind this next shot are insane. A superb aerial feat with this next fighter spinning like a Tasmanian devil. The tornado kick, Michael Page. Page executed an elegant yet precise tornado kick against his opponent Ben Dishman at the Ultimate Challenge MMA 26. As expected, Michael spent the round with his hands down, firing quick, accurate shots at Dishman.
By the sides.
Showboat.
That one for me, gentlemen. And that was a fun in here. Oh, and there's a nice uppercut.
Page began the sequence by shutting down his opponent's takedown. He allows Dishman to stand, and then he launches himself into an aerial spin that culminates with his foot connecting to his adversary's face.
Page's corner, the London shoot fighter screaming at him, telling him to take it seriously. And there's a spinning kick. That is
His opponent tumbles to the mat, and arrogantly Page stares into the distance with swag as his opponent attempts to recall what planet he's on. The self-inflicted slam knockout, Gray Maynard. Maynard collided with Rob Emerson in the Ultimate Fighter 5 finale back in 2007 and seemed in control. However, Maynard got hold of Emerson in the second round and slammed him down on the mat with brute force. But this genius also smashed his head on the canvas and knocked himself out.
You can hear that one in a big slam. Right in the body again. Has one.
You know what? Gray might have hurt himself with that takedown.
He rose to his feet in a daze, and Emerson was clutching his ribs. Both men were clearly in agony. Maynard gained consciousness first and was awarded a very questionable victory. But if you thought that moment was wild, you wouldn't believe the insane feat Imada took on Jorge Masvidal. The crazy inverted triangle, Jorge Masvidal. This fight showcased the creativity that lies with fighters who have an elite ground game. Imada tried his best to keep up throughout the entire fight, moving his feet and firing back, but got beaten every time. About 3 minutes into the third round, Masvidal got into Immeta's hips, and the latter man managed to semi-sprawl. Instead of rolling over Masvidal's back, Immeta held on for dear life. As Masvidal stood up, Immeta clamped his legs around him with a figure four. It didn't look threatening, which didn't explain Masvidal's bewildered expression. A few seconds later, he collapsed like he'd been shot. Immeta had snaked his left leg around Masvidal's neck and under the left arm. Masvidal looked confused because he was clueless of the setup. By the time he realized the danger, there wasn't enough blood left in his brain to maneuver and escape. But if you thought this moment was crazy, you wouldn't believe what Leon Edwards' brother pulled in this next fight. The upkick from the ground, Fabian Edwards. Brother to the current welterweight champion of the UFC, Fabian Edwards initiated a rare legal upkick during Bellator Birmingham. After offering some resistance, Neto scored a takedown from the body lock and established half guard. Almost immediately, Edwards landed a flurry of 2 upkicks. Neto Lopes ignored all warning signs, keeping his head in the same position, but to his demise. Edwards threw a third kick, connecting flush with his opponent's chin. Stunned and confused, Neto was left susceptible to a quick burst of strikes that sent him into a slumber. Fabian should sponsor for NyQuil. Toes stuck in cage, Jorge Masvidal. This TKO by Jorge Masvidal occurred when his opponent got the toes of his left foot stuck in the cage. Masvidal was ahead in the fight, and he had Ellenberger in trouble on multiple occasions with his effective and relentless striking game. However, in the final minute of the first round, Ellenberger charged after Masvidal with a half-assed flying knee attempt. But on his less than majestic journey, his big toe got stuck in the fence once he collided with the cage. Like a bug caught in the web of a spider, Masvidal swarmed Ellenberger and teed off with a flurry of punches.
Ellenberger looking for the takedown.
Ellenberger got his foot stuck in the fence.
Referee Herb Dean initially called for a timeout, but after learning the turn of events wouldn't qualify as a cage malfunction, he was forced to declare, oddly enough, a TKO stoppage. The axe kick from the ground, Anderson Silva. The heel of a downed fighter is a weapon that many wishing to grapple an opponent must be fully aware of. However, seldomly must a fighter be concerned with kicks from a downed opponent once he himself has both knees on the canvas. Yushin Okami did not have this peace of mind. A rare moment took place when Anderson Silva collided with the fighter from Japan.